Alright, hi guys! Look at this! I did it! I completed Artemis, and it is Christmas Day, or at least it is here in California and America, and the whole other part of the world. This would be the normal thing where I do, like, excuse me, have a happy holidays, have a very Merry Christmas, have a good Yuletide, all that other stuff. Well, I think Hanukkah ended. I'm not quite sure. This is the first year I haven't been able to spend Hanukkah with my family, so because this year has been a dumpster fire, as we all know. But I just want to talk for a hot second, and then I will get into the details of the drawing, because I actually want to talk about the art this time. I know, it's really weird. Whoa, what? I know, it's so odd. I, never do art rambles, which is kind of what I wanted to do with Artemis, but then life got ahead of me, like it tends to always do, but, boy howdy. So, quick updates for those people who care. After this video goes up, I will be taking a week break. I will not be posting any videos because I am having some friends come visit. We've all been safe. And I'm also going to be focusing on work during that time. And with doing Artemis, it has taken a lot out of me. There's been a lot of other issues going on with family and friends in the background that I haven't been talking about, and I'm not going to talk about, because it's not the place for it. But because of that, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to take the week off, I'm going to hang out with my friends, and I'm going to enjoy what little holiday a freelancer can get, because people who live that freelance lifestyle, you guys know it's hard for us to take vacations and take a break, and by take vacation, my state is still on lockdown, so I'm going to veg out in my apartment with my friends, and we're not going to leave, and we're going to watch anime and get drunk. You know, what adults do. But I just want to get a little update there. I also, if you guys have noticed, I made the speed paint version of this video go up first. I would very, very much like if you guys went and watched that video. I know it's not a lot, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it does help a lot, and that stupid algorithmic bot is dumb. And I did work a good portion on the speed paint portion of it, so you don't have commentary, you just have the actual art process, and me not talking about it. But there we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the art. So this was a draw this in your style. I am a big fan of these because I have been creatively stumped for months. Like literally, it's been pretty bad. I don't want to say full on burnout because I can get artwork done, but I've been needed to use references a lot more than I normally do for commissions. I've needed to just do stuff like that. I haven't been drawing at my off time or doing warm-ups. And for personal artwork, I've just been nothing. Nothing's been coming in my head. I've had literally no ideas for personal pictures or illustrations or series or stuff I want to do. Even my character references that I was usually doing in my off time, I'm just like, not going to do that. I think the most personal thing I've done recently was the IDV headshots, the Veil one, the Ganji Chibi that I did in my stream for Artemis Day 10, I believe, and chibi heads for my friends. That's been about it. So because of that, I'm just like, I can't think of anything to do, but I really want to draw, and I really want to do something Christmassy on Christmas. You know what I mean? Because like a very big artist and a big fan of mine, I'm a big fan of her. That sounded so egotistical. I'm a huge fan of Safara. I've talked about her multiple times on my channel. I don't know if she knows I exist. Safara, love your stuff. But she did the 12 Days of Sketchmas, and hers were actually all holiday themed because that girl's got her shit together a lot better than I do. Anyway, that being said, my buddy Adori Tan, they had this Draw This in Your Style that they did, and I will put theirs on screen. And I was like, ooh, that's really pretty. And that's really out of my comfort zone for doing this. And I was actually working on a Draw This in Your Style. I wasn't working on one that Adori did do. So that will eventually be a video when I finish it someday. Not today. As well as one that my buddy, the Zodiac Lord, did. Because I love those. They're great. And I know my buddy Pax also did Draw This in Your Style. But his, bump the mic. I know his is a little bit more complicated. And this was very Christmassy and very out of my comfort zone. I know I already said that, but what I've always talked about with Draw This in Your Styles is you really get your boundaries pushed. You're probably not going to do something you normally would. Work with colors you normally would. Perfect example, I never would have worked with a teal, a pink, and a pale white before, or a pale pink before, working on this one. And so because of that, I was able to have a really good fun time with it. Now, something else I should say, this took a lot longer than I was expecting. Oh my gosh. Hi, honey, want to say happy Christmas? I have no idea if you guys heard that, but my my husband's home for the weekend, so that's been really nice. But it took a lot longer than I was expecting, and I really have to think it was because of all the drippy effects, the highlights, the details, and the little extra doodads. Because she's holding the candy cane, she's also has like the candy cane floating in her hair. She has the little stars and sparkles, and so because of that, I also wanted to go the extra mile and add those, but my own flair to it, like with the drippies and the goopies. I really wanted to make it look more goopy and drippy and melty in that sense. And I also wanted to add more details to like her bow, to her goopy horns, to the details in the stars and everything else, to the point where I actually made an entirely separate layer where I ended up drawing the candy cane again, stars, and then I just kind of placed them over it and then filled those in, and I ended up coloring those later after coloring the main piece. Because I was thinking, because when you're a digital artist, you got to think in layers. You got to think smarter, not harder, right? And that's how it's always been. That's why I am a huge advocate, so are a lot of people, for the symmetry tool. I know there are so many people who get on other artist cases for using the symmetry tool because they're like, oh, this chin don't look right. Oh. It takes practice, like anything, but it's a tool created for a reason, and artists professionally do stuff like that all the time. Again, smarter, not harder. It's something you got to learn how to do, especially when you're trying to do something efficient. Now, I really got sucked into while working on this because I was trying to think of how else I could make this a little bit more me, you know what I mean? Besides giving her the four fingers like I always draw my characters in, and giving her the more like bigger eyes. I was thinking originally of giving her like a softer lidded eye, but after thinking about it, nah, I liked the big expressive like, huh? Eyes where she's like, looking off. I also had a lot of fun with the bells and the little stars and the doodads there. And I've never followed this artist before. It's another thing to talk about with draws and your styles is you'll sometimes find artists you've never heard of because you see someone do it and you're like, ooh, that's some good art. I'm going to follow them. So, again, I don't know their name at the top of my head, but I will have it on screen. I will have it linked down below because, sharing is caring. But with that, I also wanted to add extra details to the little drippy bits. So, like, I went through and I added, like, extra colors through it because I didn't go as extreme with the drippies as the original one was. And so because of that, I wanted to add more out of an effect to it without having to do so much line art, to do more colors later. Because when I save time doing colored line art is I end up taking my line art layer, filling it in, putting it on like a really low percentage on multiply, and then when I do the flats, I fill in the whole section so that way it's easier when I do the colored lines. And I tell you what, it saved me so much time. It really, really did while working on this. I mean, I did spend nearly 4 hours working on it, but it did save me time and effort and energy and stress. Oh, boy howdy. But another thing I should say is, before I hear anybody say it in the comment section down below, I know I could have looked and downloaded a star brush. I know I could have, but I'm lazy and I wanted to get this picture done and I didn't want to go searching through brushes. I know, I already talked about working smarter, not harder. But in certain cases where I'm like, couple stars, I don't really want to take the time downloading a brush and testing it out when I literally just need, I think it's like, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars in a picture when the rest was already symmetrical and everything there. So, yeah, I know, my stars aren't that perfect, but you know what? I think it did give it a little bit of character. A little bit. But, yeah, I had a blast with this. I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas, and if you don't celebrate that kind of thing, I hope you just have a nice day, or if you're watching this in the future, hi, my name is Michelle Marquez. I make art videos every Wednesday, except for next week. Like I said, I'm taking a much-needed break. I stream on Twitch, and all of my links are in my Linktree link down below. I do art videos, art rambles. Thank you, as always, to my Patreon patrons. I love you all so much, and I'm finally getting that ad down. I'm getting that. I feel like I'm getting it. Doing a little better here. But anyway, I'm already rambling on long enough, and I don't really need to make it that much longer. Please remember to comment for the bot. I love you guys. Have a good holiday. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.